This week, we're branching out into a new kind of review. We're going to be reviewing a game, a board game, that is. But you know what hasn't changed? How many R's are in each day of the week? If we're going to have a review, you best know it's going to be on a Thursday. Hello everybody, back again for some more stuff, and today we're going to be reviewing Make the Difference. Make the Difference, a game designed by Shintaro Ono. Yes, Shintaro Ono, okay? Everybody, this is an Oink Games game, and as it were, Oink Games is a Japanese board game company, and they make little games that are about this size, that are pretty easy to transport and whatnot, and they're very simple. So here, have a look at the cover, because I mean, it's just grabbing. It's beautiful, okay? Wow, how pretty. How pretty is that, everybody? How cute is that? And from this cover, you may already be understanding what this game's all about. Let me read the back to you. Split the difference with Spot the Difference. Not too easy, not too hard. Hey newbie, welcome. The main role of DDD, the Department of Difference Development, is making Spot the Difference puzzles. We want you to take some of our pre-made illustrations and draw in some differences. But hold on, we don't need to tell you that making it too easy isn't fun. But on the other hand, making it too hard can be a bummer too. You gotta find that sweet spot and make it just difficult enough to find the differences. If you find the differences within the time limit, you score. For everyone that has wanted to make their own Spot the Difference puzzle, this is the board game for you. With your friends, with your family, have some fun together. This game, I gotta say it, it's for 2 to 5 people. It says it's age 7 up. And it has instructions in every language, pretty much. Okay, that's not true. It has instructions in many different languages, and it comes in the box. The box also says right here that it takes 20 minutes to play. That's garbage. It totally varies depending on the amount of people. And the setup is the main portion of the time, and then the gameplay is, like, short. So, okay, but the setup is a part of the game. I'm not saying, like, oh, it takes so long to set. Like, it's very fun. So, basically, you get these point tokens to score points. You got a bunch of markers, and you have an hourglass thingy. Okay, and then you got your rules, and you have a bunch of different little notepads with lots of different papers. And then you have, like, a see-through piece of plastic. So you get, like, designs like, here, let me pull this one out. You get designs like this, right? This is like a scene of farming. So it's like a sticky note of a bunch of them. They're not sticky notes, but you can just pull one off, and then you draw on it, and you make 5 differences. And every time you do one, you check off a bottom corner, so you make sure you don't accidentally do more than 5. And then when you're done, you place these side by side, and you put there's like a thin piece of plastic. Here, let me grab it. There's a thin piece of plastic like this. You put it over the one that you drew on, so that it hides what are like fresh marker lines. And you put this next to the actual where did it go? Oh, it's right here. I'm so silly. You put this next to the real one, or the one you haven't drawn on, and you say, Spot the Difference, hee hee hee, and then you flip this over. So, let me restart. Here's the first phase. You take one off of the stack and draw 5 differences on it, right? Then, and everybody draws it at the same time. Then you pick who goes first. Everybody tries to spot the differences while the hourglass is running, okay? Boom. Here, now you get to see a little bit more of the hourglass. For every one that's found during this time going down, the person who finds it gets a point. Then when this finishes, you flip it back over, and then whoever finds it and the person who drew it gets a point, because you are rewarded for finding one, or for drawing one that was quite difficult to find, but that they still found. Then, after that, if there are any that are not found, then you measure them with this thing, right here. If the line is longer than the +2, you get 2 points. If it's longer than the +3, you get 3 points. And if it's shorter than those, you get no points. Basically, you create a nice little find the difference game. And then I honestly, after having played it once, I think the way that they score it is quite nice. I like the way that they score the game. It ends up feeling pretty fair for like, I feel rewarded for the way that I am discovering and hiding little secrets within my picture. And you know, that's really the best you can ask, is that you feel rewarded for both of those things. And it doesn't feel cheap. Like, it doesn't feel like, you know, I put in work and wasn't rewarded for it, or they put in less work and are more rewarded. And let's look at this really quick, okay? Here is a blank one. I have not drawn on this. And something so nice about it, something so nice about this, as you can see, there are tons of different places where there are lines to be drawn. So, for example, this farmer right here, he has one shoe and then not another shoe. The carrot has 2 lines and then 1 line, 3 leaves and then 2 leaves. There's only 1 line missing on this windmill. So there are lots of different places that you would think to look for spot the differences. So, you know, if you're just trying to put in one that's whatever, if you're just trying to get one out, then you can, and it's totally fine. So, like, if we look at my one, here's something I added. If you look at the volcano, I added some smoke coming out. And the chimney on the front of it, I colored it in, right? And those are some things that I did. Also, I gave the farmer, I gave him a fly right there on his pants. And yeah, I mean, it was just really fun to play this game. I think it's fun. It's very simple. It's pretty short because, you know, it's as long as you take to draw the differences. And then it's like a short little hourglass twice. And after the hourglass is run twice, it's over for that person. So it says it's a 20-minute game. I don't think it's nearly that much of a commitment. You know, it's a very fun little game. I would very highly recommend it. Yeah, it's really fun. I think of all, you know, I went with my friend Gabe because Gabe is in town. We were trying to decide what to do, and we went to the Sanrio store today. And then we were like, well, what do we do? And Gabe said, as a joke, why don't we go to the card game store and buy Pokemon card packs and then open them, because that would be fun. That would be funny to do. And then there were tons of board games, and he was like, we should leave with a board game. And he was right. We left with a really fun board game. So everybody, comment below. Thank you, Gabe, for your wise decision. Because it was a wise decision indeed to get this game. I think it was very fun. I don't know if I described it very well, but here's my little reveal. Make the Difference is a very simple but very fun game. It's super cute to look at. The way that you play it is physical in a really satisfying way. You like draw and it's really fun. And then looking for things that the other person made is really fun because it's not like you're competing against, like you're very directly competing against each other, you know? You're like trying to find something that they hid. And it's just really fun. The way that everything is drawn, like you can see these bunny rabbits' mouths. It really looks like it was drawn with the same marker. Everything is really convincing. So it's not like a pushover. Like when you hide things, it's quite difficult to find, even though you're drawing on top of a pre-existing image. And they give you there are 10 different templates, and each of those has 10 sheets. So it's pretty replayable. There are tons of different places to hide stuff because these images are so dense, even though they're small. And, I think this is a cute concept executed extremely well. And I would very highly recommend Make the Difference. You can play it with pretty much anybody. You have to essentially be old enough to understand rules in order to play. And yeah, it's just a great game. So anyways, guys, that's going to be the end of this episode. Like, subscribe, do all the great stuff. And yes, goodbye.